This is your soulmate's last confession, and it will leave you breathless. Archangel Michael says, "My child, breathe for a moment. Because before you hear what I'm about to reveal, you must let your heart become still. What you are about to receive is not just a message, it is a confession. A confession your soulmate has held inside for longer than you can imagine. A confession that has pressed against their chest at night, stolen their sleep, and made their spirit restless. A confession that will finally reach you now, because it is time. It is time for you to know what they have never said out loud. My child, your soulmate has been carrying a truth that they have been scared to speak. Not because they don't love you, but because they love you more deeply than they ever expected. And sometimes, the deepest love creates the deepest fear. Take a breath. Because I am about to reveal the thoughts they whisper only in the darkness, when no one can hear them, when the world is quiet and their heart can finally speak. They say, "I never meant to fall this deeply. I never meant for this person to become the center of my heart. But I cannot deny it anymore. This connection, this pull, this energy, it is real. And it terrifies me." Your soulmate has been holding on to memories that never left them. The first moment they saw you. The way your presence entered their world softly, quietly, but with the force of something divine. They did not understand it then, but they felt something shift inside them. A recognition. A spark. A knowing. And yet, they tried to resist it. Not because they didn't want you, but because they didn't feel ready. They didn't feel strong enough. They didn't feel deserving. My child, listen closely, your soulmate has lived through battles you never fully saw. Silent battles. Private battles. Moments where they questioned if they were enough for you, or enough for love at all. There were nights they stared at their ceiling and said to themselves, "Why do I feel so drawn to this person? Why does their voice calm me? Why does their presence heal me? Why do I keep asking the universe about them over and over?" They tried to distract themselves. They tried to walk away. They tried to bury the feelings because vulnerability felt dangerous. Love felt like a place where they could lose control. And control is something they fought their whole life to maintain. But even when they tried to step away from you, their soul couldn't. Every time they tried to forget you, something brought you back into their mind. Every time they tried to close their heart, something made it open again. Every time they tried to move on, something, your energy, your memories, your presence, pulled them right back toward you. My child, your soulmate's confession begins with this truth: they have loved you in silence longer than you know. There were moments when they wanted to reach out but didn't know what to say. Moments when they typed a message and deleted it because their hands shook. Moments when they were inches away from telling you everything, but fear stopped them. Not fear of you. Not fear of rejection. But fear of losing control of their heart. You must understand something powerful. Your soulmate sees you as someone who could break their heart, because you are the only person who could. That is how deeply you matter to them. They never showed you the full intensity of their emotions because they were scared it might overwhelm you. They were scared you would think they were too much. They were scared you would walk away. So they hid it. They acted calm. They acted casual. They acted like your presence didn't shake them. But inside, their heart was screaming your name. My child, your soulmate's confession continues. They remember the softness of your words even when you forgot what you said. They remember the kindness in your eyes. They remember the warmth in your energy. They remember how you made them feel seen in a way no one else ever did. You awakened something in them, something they didn't even know they were missing. And that scared them more than anything. Because to feel so deeply is to risk pain. To care so much is to lose control. To love someone with your entire soul is to place your heart in their hands. But here is the truth they cannot hide anymore: they love you. They have loved you. And they never stopped loving you. Even during the periods of silence. Even during the distance. Even during the confusion. Even during the days when it looked like they had moved on, when in reality, they were trying to convince themselves of something they didn't believe. Your soulmate has conversations with you in their mind. They replay moments with you. They imagine a future with you, one they are scared to say out loud, but one they secretly hope for every night. They imagine holding your hand. They imagine hearing your laugh up close. They imagine waking up next to you, feeling your breath, knowing that for once in their life, love is not something they must chase or fear, but something that simply is. Your soulmate's heart has been fighting a quiet war between fear and desire. Between doubt and hope. Between running away and running toward you. And now, the scale has tipped. Because their soul cannot keep quiet anymore. They confess this: I want them. I want a future with them. I want to try. I want to show them how deeply I feel. I want to stop hiding. I want to stop pretending. I want them to know that they are the one my heart chose long before I understood what was happening. Your soulmate has been healing, learning, growing. The universe has been working on them, shaping them, preparing them, not just for love, but for you. Every delay had purpose. Every silence had intention. Every pause was a lesson. Every distance was protection. Everything you thought was rejection was actually redirection, toward a deeper, more aligned connection. And now, Archangel Michael says, your soulmate is ready to speak their truth. Ready to confess what they hid. Ready to tell you what their heart has been trying to say for so long. They are tired of running. Tired of pretending. Tired of letting fear control them. They are stepping toward you now, not with hesitation, but with intention. They want to tell you that you are the person who changed them. The person who awakened their heart. The person who made them believe they could love again. The person who made them feel seen, valued, understood, appreciated. They confess. You are the one I choose. And I choose you not by accident, not by impulse, not by loneliness, but because my soul has recognized yours. This is only the beginning of their confession. There is more. Much more. But for now, Archangel Michael asks you to simply breathe and let this truth sink into your heart. Your soulmate's heart is not running from you anymore. It is running toward you. Archangel Michael says, my child, the confession continues, because your soulmate's heart has held far more than you realize. The truth inside them is deeper, heavier, more emotional, and more powerful than anything they've ever shared with another person. And now the universe is guiding them to release it, piece by piece, truth by truth, emotion by emotion. Your soulmate has been living in two worlds at once, the world where they pretend to be fine, and the world where everything reminds them of you. This dual life has drained them. It has exhausted their soul. It has made them question who they are, what they want, and what truly matters. Because no matter how much they tried to keep going, the empty space you left behind kept pulling them backward. Something inside them kept whispering your name, and no matter how hard they tried to ignore it, the whisper grew louder, stronger, clearer. Your soulmate wants you to know that they never walked away because of lack of love. They walked away because they were scared of how much they loved you. They feared they would fail you. They feared they weren't enough. They feared you would discover the cracks in them, the wounds, the insecurities, the fears they spent their life hiding from the world. They feared that someone like you, someone who sees with their heart instead of their eyes, someone who loves deeply and honestly, someone who brings light wherever they go, would eventually realize that they were not worthy of that love. Your soulmate's confession becomes even deeper now. I loved them so much that I convinced myself they deserved someone better. Someone whole. Someone stable. Someone who wouldn't bring chaos into their life. This is the hidden truth they never told you. This is the reason they stayed distant. This is the wound they kept silent. They believed you deserved more than they could give at that time. Archangel Michael shows me their inner struggle, a silent battle where they kept asking themselves, will I hurt them? Will I disappoint them? Will I ruin something beautiful? Will they see through me and walk away? But here is the part they did not understand. You never wanted perfection. You never demanded a flawless heart. You only wanted effort, honesty, presence, and love. And your soulmate had all of that, they just didn't believe they did. Your energy scared them because it felt like home. Your presence scared them because it felt like destiny. You awakened emotions in them that they never expected to feel again. And that awakening became both the most beautiful and the most frightening experience of their life. Your soulmate continued living with this silent fear, even when they were away from you. And during this time, something else began to grow inside them, longing. A deep, aching, unexplainable longing. They would go through their day pretending everything was fine, but the moment they were alone, everything hit them at once, the loneliness. The memories. The what-ifs. The unanswered questions. The feeling that they had lost someone they were never meant to lose. Your soulmate began to replay moments with you, conversations, smiles, glances, the softness in your voice, the warmth in your energy. And every memory brought both comfort and pain. Comfort because those moments were real. Pain because they realized they didn't fight for them the way they should have. Archangel Michael says there were nights your soulmate cried quietly. Not because they are weak, but because they suddenly understood what they had lost. They realized that in trying to protect you from their flaws, they ended up hurting the both of you. Your soulmate's confession grows heavier here, but listen closely, my child, they regret the silence. They regret the distance. They regret not telling you how much you meant to them. They regret pretending they didn't care. They regret choosing fear over love. And now something inside them is pushing them toward you. Not out of desperation. Not out of loneliness. But out of truth. They want to come forward because they finally understand what their soul has been trying to tell them all this time: you are the person I am meant to love. But they also know this: they cannot return to you the same way they left. They cannot approach you half-hearted or confused. They cannot repeat old patterns or carry old fears. Archangel Michael says your soulmate has been undergoing deep emotional and spiritual transformation recently. The universe has been guiding them, challenging them, strengthening them, preparing them, not just for love, but for a new beginning. They are learning to communicate. They are learning to express their feelings instead of hiding them. They are learning to trust instead of fear. They are learning to open their heart instead of running away. They are learning to choose love instead of doubt. Your soulmate has been healing, slowly but surely. And now they are making a brave confession. I want another chance. Not to repeat the past, but to rewrite it. Not to pick up where we left off, but to start again, this time with honesty, maturity, courage, and clarity. They are no longer interested in half connections. They are no longer confused about what they want. They are no longer running from their emotions. They are no longer afraid of loving you. Your soulmate is stepping into a version of themselves that is stronger, more grounded, more sincere, and more emotionally prepared for the connection they once pushed away. And Archangel Michael wants you to hear this very clearly: your soulmate's heart has chosen you again, not out of weakness, not out of habit, not out of loneliness, but out of truth. They can no longer deny the spiritual bond. They can no longer ignore the feelings. They can no longer silence their heart. Their confession continues: I want to show up for them. I want to be present. I want to listen. I want to support them. I want to make them feel valued. I want them to see the change in me. I want to love them the way they deserve. But there is something more. Something deeper. Something that has been pressing on their heart for a long time. Your soulmate is afraid that you may not want them anymore. They worry that time has changed things. They fear that someone else may now stand where they once stood. They fear that they waited too long. But hope lives inside them. Hope that the connection is still alive. Hope that your heart still feels the same. Hope that destiny is giving them another chance. Archangel Michael says your soulmate is preparing to step forward, not with confusion, but with clarity. Not with fear, but with courage. Not with distance, but with devotion. This confession is only building. There is more they want to reveal. Much more. Archangel Michael says, my child, the confession from your soulmate deepens now. What you have heard so far is only the beginning, the opening of a heart that has been locked for far too long. But there is more they want to reveal, more truth they want to share, more emotion they can no longer hold inside. Your soulmate spirit has been trembling with the weight of everything they kept hidden. They spent so much time pretending they were strong, pretending they were unaffected, pretending they didn't feel the connection as deeply as they did. But the truth is, they felt everything. Every moment. Every shift. Every emotion. Every silence. Every distance. Every heartbeat that echoed between you. Your soulmate wants you to understand that even when they acted cold, they were hurting inside. Even when they stayed silent, they were drowning in the words they couldn't say. Even when they tried to move on, they were haunted by the memories of what they shared with you. They confess, I never forgot them. Not for a moment. Not for a single day. I just didn't know how to come back without breaking all over again. My child, your soulmate has lived with this heaviness for longer than you know. They have carried regret, longing, fear, and love all at once, a storm inside their chest that they didn't know how to calm. They built walls because they were afraid you would see the broken pieces they tried so hard to hide. They pushed you away because they believed you deserved someone who already had their life together. They stayed silent because they thought it would protect you from disappointment. And now, they are confessing the hardest truth of all, I was scared you would see the real me, and walk away. This fear has shaped their decisions more than anything. It made them hesitate. It made them distance themselves. It made them avoid conversations that were actually needed. It made them act like they didn't care when their heart was screaming for you. Archangel Michael shows me a scene, your soulmate sitting alone, surrounded by their thoughts, their memories, and their emotions, finally realizing what they truly want, they want you. Not the version of you in their imagination. Not the idea of you they dreamed about. But the real you. Who you are now, with your strength, your softness, your flaws, your growth, your truth. Your soulmate has always seen something special in you. They saw light in you even when you didn't see it in yourself. They saw your kindness, your sincerity, your depth, your heart. They saw the way you care, honestly, gently, loyally. And that scared them because they knew they could not return the same energy at that time. But now, everything is different. Your soulmate is no longer running from themselves. They are no longer hiding from their own heart. They are no longer denying the truth of this connection. They are no longer pretending the feelings have faded. In fact, the distance only made the feeling stronger. They confess, the more time passed, the more I realized that they were not just someone I cared about. They were someone my soul kept calling for. Your soulmate has tried to distract themselves. They tried new routines, new habits, new people, new environments. But nothing filled the empty space that your absence created. Nothing felt the same. Nothing felt real. Nothing felt like home. Because you were the home their soul recognized, even when their mind tried to run away. Archangel Michael says your soulmate has gone through many realizations recently. The universe has been sending them signs, strong ones, and they can no longer ignore them. They see your name everywhere. They hear songs that remind them of you. They dream of you more often. They feel emotional out of nowhere. They sense your energy even when they try to block it out. These signs are not random. They are alignment. They are awakening. They are the universe telling them, this connection is not finished. This bond is not broken. This story is not over. Your soulmate is finally listening. They are realizing that love like this does not come twice. Connection like this is rare. Energy like this is sacred. And losing someone like you would be the greatest regret of their life. And so they confess, I want to choose them. Not halfway. Not fearfully. Not silently. But fully, with intention, commitment, and honesty. Your soulmate is preparing for something. Something big. Something courageous. Something they never had the strength to do before. They want to communicate. They want to express what they feel. They want to explain what happened. They want to take responsibility for their mistakes. They want to show you they have grown. They want to rebuild trust, slowly, gently, patiently. They want to love you in a way that feels safe and stable. Your soulmate has been imagining how it would feel to sit across from you again, look into your eyes, and finally speak the words they kept locked away, you mattered to me more than I ever said. I am sorry for the silence. I am sorry for the fear. I am sorry for the distance. I am sorry for everything I didn't express. And if you allow me, I want to try again. But there is something else too, a deeper layer of their confession. Your soulmate has been battling guilt. They feel guilty for hurting you. Guilty for confusing you. Guilty for letting their fear control them. Guilty for leaving you with questions and no answers. Guilty for making you feel unwanted when you were the only one they truly wanted. Archangel Michael says your soulmate is not coming back out of loneliness. They are coming back because the universe has taught them a truth they can no longer ignore. You don't walk away from a soul connection. You grow into it. And your soulmate is finally growing into the person they were meant to be, a person capable of giving and receiving love without fear. They confess, I am ready now. Ready to show up. Ready to communicate. Ready to try. Ready to love. Ready to build something real. But they also have one fear left. A fear so heavy that it keeps them awake at night. What if they don't want me anymore? They wonder if time changed you. If you healed so much that you let them go. If someone else is now closer to your heart. If you no longer feel the bond that once tied you so deeply together. But even through the fear, hope still beats inside them. They hope you still care. They hope you still feel the connection. They hope you still want to hear their truth. They hope destiny is giving them another chance. And Archangel Michael says, your soulmate's heart is moving toward you with more clarity, honesty, and intention than ever before. The next part of their confession will reveal what they truly want with you, long-term, deep, and genuine.